All right, we continue on. Get up. Let's play our favorite game of hypotheticals called What If. Hey, Marcus Spears, what if Aaron Rodgers plays great in Pittsburgh this year?
Then the Steelers are a problem and a true, legitimate Super Bowl contender. Listen, great for Aaron Rodgers is like MVP. And that's what we saw, 3 years ago while he was in Green Bay with this defense and the ability of Mike Tomlin and this staff. If Aaron Rodgers plays out of his mind, then the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be an issue for everybody, and they could very well make their way through playoffs if you only have to win 2 or 3 games.
For sure. Now let's sort of scale it back just a little. Great by Aaron Rodgers' greatness standards is extremely unlikely, right? He's 41 years old going on 42. But great by recent Steeler quarterback standards is a very different thing. What if he is just, Dominique, a marked step above what they've gotten essentially since they had Roethlisberger in his prime?
If he's worth 1 or 2 more wins, that's significant. And I think the real reason why Aaron Rodgers feels valuable and why none of us will completely give up on him is we've seen that he has the ability to throw the ball well, and we know that no game is over. And so many games in football are decided, 50% of the games are decided by 1 score. And it felt like the Steelers, they had to beat you because they weren't going to lead some game-winning comeback drive too often. We know that Aaron Rodgers has the ability to do it, even if we didn't see him do it much last year. We believe he can still do that from time to time.
Do we know? Do we know? Because we didn't see him do it last year. We didn't see him do it the year before. Didn't really see him do it the year before that. He's 41. By the way, you talk about a Super Bowl threat. They haven't won a playoff game in 9 years. He hasn't won a playoff game in a long time. There are 17 NFL quarterbacks that have won playoff games more recently than Aaron Rodgers has. It's possible that this is just over.
Yeah.
And that's the way it looked last year with the Jets, and obviously didn't play the year before that. So I would be surprised if he played great, but I've certainly been surprised before.
Yeah, but Greeny asked the question starting with a great Aaron Rodgers season. We all accept that that's not going to happen. But I think it's not unreasonable for us to believe that we put him in a similar situation that they had Russell Wilson in last year. We put him in that situation. It's reasonable to suggest that he could do slightly better than that, which I think is great for this team. And that gets him in a position to play a first-round playoff game, and then we see what happens.
I do think they have other questions. I think the young offensive line has to come together, and we haven't seen that yet. We don't know how the run game's going to look. Defense has a little bit of age on it. I just don't think they're plug-in quarterback, and Steelers are great.
That's fair. RC and Jalen Ramsey are both talking about how well he can still spin it. Here's the thing. Guys like Aaron Rodgers, when he's 65, is still going to be able to spin it.
Yes.
The question is the athleticism. The question is the tendency to injury at players this age. It is extremely rare. Tom Brady may be one of one. Maybe Rodgers is able to do it. Let's talk about another aging quarterback here. Matthew Stafford, not quite as old. He's 37. But let's play this game, Dominique. What if Matthew Stafford and his back are not ready to see the field week 1?
Oh, we're done. we're done out there. Matthew Stafford has been playing incredibly well at times. It's up and down, but he has that ability. And we saw them give the Eagles the toughest game that anyone gave the Eagles last year in the playoff run. It's a lot because of how good their young defense is, but Matt Stafford can make those type of incredible throws, and I think this offense is designed around his ability to do that with those receivers. And McVay went and got him because they wanted to build it around him. So without Matthew Stafford, we're done out in L.A.
You know, Marcus, I always say, if you have an ailment, ask a doctor. If a doctor isn't available, ask a football player because they tend to know. So when you hear that a 37-year-old quarterback goes through an entire day of throwing. What did you tell me, Dan? How many throws did he do on Saturday?
68.
68 throws, makes all the throws. Then is supposed to come out and practice on Monday, but the back is bothering him and he's not able to do it. What level of concern does that bring you, Marcus Spears?
A very heightened level, like Booger with the code red. Okay, pull the fire alarm. Put the chains on the door, Mr. Clark. Because listen, this is one of those situations.
I got it, Mark.
Where a Lean on Me reference.
I got it.
Movie, great movie. Matthew Stafford is like in the off season is very concerning for me, G. But 68 throws, like Grod just said. What about after week 1? How you gonna feel when somebody hits you? When you've been throwing a lot, when you've had to move and step outside of the pocket. And I know they got I know they got medicine, and I know they got stuff that is very, very strong, but you're asking him, like, we can't practice in a controlled environment without getting hit, without having to move around, and you feel terrible the next day. Like, the maintenance thing kind of is flying out the window for me. And Foxy knows this as a football player. Neck and back are the two worst things that they can tell you as an injury in the NFL. And those are almost like, okay, how much clock do I have left? Yeah. Because I know it's coming to an end very, very soon.
And I think
those two things are very, very are bad.
The concerning part is that it's this early in the season.
Yeah.
I'm sure that
not even the season.
Yeah, if it was a game, like, I'm sure he would be able to play. The part that's scary is like, oh, we already doing that?
Gross, finish it up.
Yeah, look, they believe they can get him ready to go. He's been managing his back for a while now, but he was supposed to practice this week and did not. So there's definitely been a change of the plan, and it's concerning. Without him, I think they're in huge trouble.
As you see, Jimmy Garoppolo would be in place to be his backup, certainly a very capable backup quarterback, so we'll see where that goes. Okay, with Dominique in-house and so much crazy stuff going on, let's do 2 editions today of Zero Fox Given, and the first one, let's start on the sideline.
Oh, we're talking about back pain. You saw CeeDee Lamb on the sideline. The get-back coach wasn't telling people to get back enough because, man, I look good. There we go. Because CeeDee Lamb is on the sideline, which I do. Oh, my back, my neck, and my back. CeeDee Lamb is an incredible football player, but you got to be alert. But I do blame, it's the strength coach. Strength coach is supposed to be get-back guy. Get your butt back.
All right, get to my favorite base hit of the weekend.
George Wilkow was out there trying to call a timeout. No timeout? I don't need a timeout. I don't need a second hand. He gives zero Fox about that. Hits a base hit, manages to get an RBI with one hand. Get that man up to the majors immediately. If he don't need 2 hands down there, he don't need to be down there.
What?
And then my absolute favorite one of all time.
Iowa. Let's go to Iowa. They're known for white cornerbacks in this. Let's go for it.
First place for 2025, 881.
That's the chicken calling contest. There's an investigation because obviously 884 should have been the winner. I think we all.
That's not exactly the same.
No, you're no connoisseur. Don't disrespect the flyovers. They got good entertainment out there too.
That's pretty good.
It's the best I got, man. I'm good at everything. Give me 6 months. I'll win that competition.
There is nothing to do here.
All right, as we continue, Sanders setback is our first stop in hour number 2. Shador's sliding away and maybe sliding out of the Cleveland QB picture. We'll tell you what it all means right after this. And book me a one-way to the Iowa State Bears.
Chicken dance competition.
We weren't
dancing.
dancing.
You can't call it.